Hi Ludmilla, my name is Daphne at IELTSpodcast.com. Thank you for getting involved in the course and thank you very much for sending your essays in for correction, your first ones on the course. Fantastic. Okay, so we've got this essay about schools. The theme of both of them is education, isn't it? So some people think schools have to be more entertaining, while others think their sole purpose is to educate, which do you agree with? Okay. In recent decades, scholastic systems or the scholastic system or the schools system. So the adjective here is scholastic. But again, that sounds a little bit old. I mean, we wouldn't really use that. Doesn't sound very very natural. So the schooling system maybe has become more entertaining when compared to the past. Yeah, entertaining. Now you have to be very careful. Don't repeat the same words as in the question. Your skill is paraphrasing, which is saying things in a different way. So you could have here more interesting, more interesting and diverse, something like that, when compared to the past. This argument or this development, you can't have such. This development is supported by some people who believe that it brings social development. Okay, so this progress is supported by some people, social development. However, there is a group of people who are against the practice and believe that this influence is negative. I wouldn't say being, just is negative, and that children are wasting their time, which could be used or should be used, that's okay, to learn conventional subjects. Good. Wow, long sentence there. Therefore, this essay, don't have therefore, you don't need that there. Just go, this essay will explain why I believe that the inclusion of sport and art activities in schools curriculum grades are necessary to improve society or necessary for society's improvement. So either to improve or for society's improvement. Good first paragraph. Wow, complicated, but good. To begin with, sport and art have numerous advantages. Numerous is what you want. Yeah, more than entertainment. Now, what do you mean by entertainment? What? Oh no, sorry, I won't write that there. So tell me what you mean by entertainment there, because you can't just put that without saying what you mean. As they encourage children's development. So rather than make possible, they encourage children's development of cognitive and consequently social skills. Good. This is because they. In addition, coordination, creativity, and attention and teamwork skills can be improved. Okay? Evaluating schools program. For example, here you want to put in here, for example, a recent evaluation of schools programs from We Grow has who have been, or something like that, who have inserted yoga, art and travels into their curriculums. Sorry, I've been okay. Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. Sorry. Evaluating schools. I was just a bit confused where you were going with this evaluating schools, but I think I understand it. Okay. Use from an analysis of schools programs rather than evaluating. I don't think that works there. I believe that. Yes, that's okay. Good. What I would prefer is to have to keep the rest of your opinion until your conclusion. Okay, so here, from an analysis of school programs such as We Grow, which have inserted into the curriculums, it can be seen that, or the success of programs such as We Grow demonstrates that it is important to enhance skills and build in order to build a more developed society. Okay, so keep your opinion out until we get into the conclusion. So, however, is a better connecting word here. As for the ones who don't use that, it's not really kind of academic. However, The underlying point, however, for those who are against the practice, the underlying point is that these innovations are responsible for children, mean that or result in children losing valuable time from acquiring knowledge. Yeah, a valuable time when they should be acquiring knowledge about core subjects such as history and physics. As an example, they point out that modern education has become, let's get rid of they. Okay, so every time we've got they, be more impersonal. So this research points out that modern education has become deficient intellectually, spelling there, and is not delivering exceptional professionals, spelling there, as before. As a result, this is clearly seen as this trend is clearly seen as a threat to the long-established customs that were traditionally used in schools. Okay, fine. You've got nice arguments here. I get your arguments. We just need to kind of reorganize it a little bit. In the next module that you're going to get into in a minute, you will see a good model, a different model to work from. I think you're going to find this model really helpful. On balance, so we want in conclusion. Yeah. While it cannot be argued that conventional subjects are important for the education, it can't be argued they are important. It cannot be argued. It can't be argument that they're important for the education process. Well, they are. You want that as a negative. It can't be argued they're unimportant for the education process. So if you have a double negative, that makes it positive. I think that's what you want. The truth of the matter is that physical and art activities have become more common nowadays. As a result, the modern curriculum should not be seen as a negative. The opportunity of getting, yes, I like that. Nice conclusion there. Really, really good. There's lots of good stuff in this essay. It just needs a little bit of organising and sorting out, but you're getting there. Really good. Doing an activity with a child. I need to make this a bit bigger for my eyes, and then we can see where we're going. Here we go. In recent decades, enjoyable activities have become a common practice on children's learning processes. Good. Many people believe that, or this is evidenced by, or this is supported by research which shows that activities that bring infants joy are important in education, and many are more beneficial and can be, rather than yet, put can be more beneficial than reading. Therefore, this essay will demonstrate, okay, same as before, I wouldn't use therefore, okay. I totally agree with this statement, and will illustrate in this essay how playing on games, consoles, and competition is important. Okay, so don't use this here, use that later on, but not in that introductory paragraph. There is no doubt. Okay. These little expressions here are really, really important in this kind of essay. It is just a bit more professional rather than going, bam, reading has numerous benefits. If you just have, there is no doubt that reading has numerous benefits, it reads like a better quality sentence. However, playing video games has made it possible for children to develop spatial awareness as well as motor skills, good, which would be impossible to improve by reading alone. I think you should have alone there for emphasis. It's an enjoyable activity as well as important to exercise the brain. Good. An example to be given is that infants. Now, infants in English is very, very small children, so I don't think they would play PlayStation. So young children who play PlayStation on a regular basis tend to improve coordination, creativity, attention, and concentration. Good. Thus, console games are undoubtedly important to enhance cognitive skills and help to build a more professional society, more developed society. Okay, good. Developed and varied society you could have. However, or in addition, So the connecting words are important here. How we move from one part of the essay to another is really important. As for sports competition, the underlying point here is that more physical improvement, spelling here. The activities are beneficial, is that more physical are beneficial to developing they encourage higher standards of achievement, build abilities for teamwork and discipline. Good. Which are, tell me, why are these important? Okay, which are all important for later life or professional life. A recent Cambridge study proved that these competitions have helped children, we don't say kids, not formal enough, to improve their performance in the classroom and behaviour with classmates and adults. Good. Therefore, as different from reading, sport may benefit the children, okay, as an individual and teach them how to socialise better. Nice, good paragraph there. To conclude, while it cannot be argued that reading has benefits over, yes, reading has benefits over a young person's education, because you can't have youngs. That's not a person. A young person's education. Okay. The truth of the matter is that enjoyable activities have become much more common. Okay, activities, plural, have become much more common nowadays. As a result, constant games and sports competitions should be seen. Yes, good, really nice. I think you've done that very well here. My only comment would be just something about doing an activity with a child. So make sure you're absolutely on point with the question. Somewhere you could put in here that doing it together, playing the PlayStation, just so you show the examiner you've understood that point. But there's a really nice first essays, good stuff there. I hope those corrections are useful for you. Write up the corrections, make a note of some mistakes, and then we will look forward to your next essays. Thanks.